Welcome back to another episode of Spilling the Tea with the Henna Guys. I'm Henna, and thanks for joining me again. So going to dive right into today. I'm doing a video by Ariana Zoe. She titled it Coloring Your Hair with Henna Tutorial. So let's see how this video goes.
Hi everyone, I hope everyone is having an amazing day so far. Today I'm going to be showing you how I color my hair using henna. A few weeks ago I gave you my good, the bad, and the pretty of coloring your hair with henna, and today I'm going to show you how I actually start to finish color my hair.
Oh, now, I would need to see that video too.
The reason I love henna is that it's all natural and it lasts a lot longer than conventional professional color.
Yes, so henna is a permanent hair dye. It does last 4 to 6 weeks, and then after that you'll start seeing that you'll need like root touch-ups. But other than that, it's permanent. I mean, yes, you know, with any heat, it does tend to fade away.
I've never actually used like box dye or anything like that, but compared to my professional color, I absolutely love using henna. It lasts probably at least twice, if not 3 times as long as the professional color, minus the root touch-ups that I sometimes have to do. But I'm going to take you through how I color my...
Funny story. So I still have a hard time in getting my dad to switch over to henna, but I do see that he does use a chemical dye, and seriously, he's coloring his hair
every single week.
And every week, like even if you see him like after 3 days, you'll start seeing all the color that, you know, it's just because so much water used that it's just so fading away. And he does it every week. I really hope he can switch over.
My hair using henna. If you haven't seen my good, the bad, and the pretty video yet, I do recommend checking that out before actually coloring your hair with henna, just so you kind of understand the pros, the cons, and some of my hacks to actually color your hair with it. So let's get started in coloring my hair. The brand of henna that I use is the Light Mountain Natural Henna, and the shade that I'm using is the Fox shade, which is a pure red. This shade has only henna plant in it. It doesn't have any indigo or any other plants or herbs to affect the color or alter the color. It is just a pure, flat henna, which is going to give you a nice, rich red color. The henna comes in a packet just like this one. It is already crushed and turned into a powder. You just have to add your liquid media or medium to make it into the henna paste. I'm going to add my henna into a ceramic bowl. You don't want to use stainless steel or anything like that. You want to use a ceramic bowl or a glass bowl, from my understanding. And I'm going to mix in tea. Now my tea is boiling, but I'm going to mix this in there to...
Just like I say, you want to avoid adding any liquid that is boiling really hot because it will degrade the color, the outcome of the color. So you definitely don't want to do that. Make sure you let it sit, cool down. Now, yes, it should be warm. Not, you know, if it's cold, that's fine too. But warm is fine, but not boiling, not too hot. You definitely don't want to do that.
Create the paste. And what I'm going for is almost like a pancake batter consistency. Now, according to my brand of henna's instructions, they tell you to add in boiling water, and this way you don't have to let it cure. Since I've been using this brand, I've never had to let it cure. Just by adding in my boiling tea, it has cured instantly, which is great.
So with henna, you do have to leave it out for 8 to 10 hours. That's how long the plant-based hennas do need to be cured. So adding in the boiling water, absolutely no. I do not recommend that at all. But I love the way that she's pouring, mixing. So gradually adding in the liquid and mixing it, and not just dumping so much water and trying to mix it, because you can end up making your henna into like very thin. And if you don't have any extra, so then, you know, you want to avoid that. So love that. Perfect.
I like to stir mine really well just to get as many of the chunks out as possible and to make sure that all of the powder has dissolved into the liquid.
Another tip to mix it, if you have a whisk, that will help a lot.
And you do want it to be a little on the thicker side. So now I'm going to perform my strand test. I like to do 3 different strand tests. And I'm just going to apply the henna to 3 different swatches of hair. Now, I'm applying this the same way that I would apply henna normally, and that is to damp, clean hair. So I did wash the strands. I just pulled these out of my brush. I'm going
Again, I just love how she's doing the strand test. We had a video and we also did that to show you how to do strand test, instead of just right off your hair, your scalp. And that is a perfect example. Just love it.
I'm going to really saturate the hair in the henna. And then I'm going to cover this and I'm going to label it as well. Alright, so I have 1 hour to 45 minutes, an hour and a half, and 3 hours. This is how I'm going to mark my individual strand test so I can see which colors that I want. I know my saran wrap looks a little messy, but henna itself is very messy as well.
This is a very good method to do 3 separates because yes, you need to let it sit for 3 hours. And if you're looking for like a lighter version of the color that you're going to apply, then this would be a perfect method to try out. Well, what if I just leave it for half hour? What if I just leave it for 1.5 or 2 hours and then 3 hours? What colors would I get? Because the longer you leave the henna, the darker the outcome will be. So if you don't want to leave it on for that long, then this would be a perfect method to see, the liking, what color you really want to go with.
But doing 3 individual strand tests is really going to help you see what color you want to achieve, and it gives you more options. Alright, so before I get to coloring, I'm going to do a couple of things. First off, I'm going to divide my hair into 2 sections, a top section and a bottom section. So
4 sections is what I recommend.
It's going to take just half of my hair, and I'm just going to create a messy bun with it because I'm going to color the bottom sections first. And then this way it gets my top part of my hair out of my face because I am going to cover the outline of my face and also my ears with a moisturizer. Now, for the purposes of now, I'm going to be using my coconut moisturizer. And I'm using this one today just because it is a white moisturizer and you're going to be able to see it a little bit better.
Absolutely. Again, you can tell she read the instructions detailedly, so this definitely helps avoid staining your skin just like she recommends.
Now, one thing you do have to be careful of is not getting your hair in it, like I've gotten my hair in it just now. It's a good time. I'm just going to cover my ears with it too. Okay. And I'm just going to use a cotton pad to get that excess out of my hair.
Of course, because you need to clear that hair.
Now, when coloring your hair with henna, you 100% need to wear gloves. I'm wearing just these super long dishwashing gloves, just in that way I can tuck my sleeves into it if I'm wearing my robe, or I can protect the length of my arms because henna is very messy and you don't want it to stain anything that you don't want it to. I also have Trader Joe bags pretty much cut out and spread all over my bathroom floor and sink so that way nothing of that nature gets stained.
You can use garbage bags.
With all that, we're going to start coloring
or
our
even
hair.
newspaper to lay out.
Pretty much what I do is I have the henna in a bowl right down here. I'm just going to pick up globs of it and I'm just going to start pressing it into my hair. And just like that, I already got some on my chin, so off to a great start. And I'm really going to work it in. I like to cup one hand underneath as I'm working it in, so if any chunks or excess do fall out, they fall into my hand. Alright, once I have this first section done, I'm going to kind of flip it up and just glob a little bit underneath and work that in. Just to make sure I cover in my roots. Just like so. That's pretty much it. You're just gonna kind of glob it and work it into your scalp, or into your strands. I'm gonna make sure I get the ends really well, and then I do a lot of this by feel.
Make sure you're wearing a shirt that you're okay to have henna stains on it.
Alright, once I get that bottom section done, I just kind of twirl it up and smash it into a bun. Don't know if y'all could see that. But next I'm going to start globbing and applying just around my scalp while I still have my hair pulled back. And since I put the lotion on, the henna shouldn't stick to my skin, so we don't need to really worry too much about that.
What I would recommend around your creases is either you have a hair application brush, but if you don't have, take an old toothbrush, dab it into your henna, and then just go near your creases and you get inside and really close. So that way, if you are worried, though, even though you applied it, but you're still worried about that, use a toothbrush. It'll help make a big difference.
Now that I look absolutely ridiculous. You look ridiculous coloring henna, just throwing that out there. I'm going to attempt to take my hair out of my bun. There we go. There we go. Alright, and then I'm going to attempt to separate and glob it through. Alright, once you have thoroughly saturated your hair, I like to take a mirror and just kind of check it from all angles just to make sure I got everything. Now this is kind of the weird part. I'm going to cover my hair in saran wrap so the henna doesn't fall off or get on anything.
So So this actually helps with, yes, the henna fall, because obviously once it starts drying, it starts falling, but you want to keep the heat trapped to give you the color you're looking for. So she's saran wrapping it, and then I would suggest putting a shower cap. If you have one of those reusable ones, use that. And I personally, what I like to do is on top of that, also put on one of my hair drying towels, which actually helps more to keep the moisture and the heat in.
Alright, now that I look like a complete idiot, I'm going to leave this on my hair for about an hour and a half. That is the length that I like the color, so I'll see y'all very soon. Good morning, everyone.
Ooh.
Here is my hair after coloring
Look
it.
how shiny it is and beautiful.
Now,
Love it.
The color is very rich, and it's going to continue to develop over the next 48 or so hours. With
72
henna,
hours.
It does take some time for the color to fully mature and to fully express itself. Same way if you do a tattoo on your hand, it's going to react the same way.
Yep.
Now, I personally left my henna on for an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes. And that's because that time was just the color that I wanted to achieve. I find that the 3 hours for my hair, it makes it a little bit more on the orangey side when it goes into the sunlight, and I'm not too keen on that. So the hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes is a perfect amount of time to color my hair. Now, all I did once the time was up was I just rinsed it out. I didn't wash it, I didn't condition it. I just rinsed it out, and then I cleaned my bathtub of all of the henna that was left over. But you just rinse it out, and then I like to take a wide tooth comb and just go through it to make sure that I get all of the extra chunks and extra bits of henna out of my hair. Then the next morning, once it had been 12 hours after I had colored my hair, that was when I washed it, and I used my normal charcoal, conditioner, and shampoo, washed it out, and then just went about my normal hair routine. Now, when I mixed my henna, you might have noticed that I used tea and not water. That's because I like a more golden hue with my henna. I like to add a little bit of sunshine to my hair. But if you mix it with water, then it's going to have more of a deeper red auburn look to it, which is fine. I just wasn't going for that look this time.
So different type of liquids, just like she explained, will give you different types of color tones in that certain color. To get darker, you want to add in coffee, black brewed coffee. To get what she has is tea. And then if you want more of like the reds to pull out, then use lemon juice.
Yeah, so if you would like to see some candid shots of just how the hair is maturing, go ahead over to my Instagram at Luna Noir Rose, and I will be posting some photos over the next couple of days so you can kind of see. Now, I will try to post photos.
This was a really good video. I loved her tutorial. She did everything step by step and did a great explanation. So definitely check out her full video, the link down below, and let me know what you guys think. If you have any suggestions of what video I should do next, please let me know in the comment section down below. And I will see you next time. Hope you enjoyed this video. Like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time. Bye.